So we have the square and square roots quiz, which is the basic level quiz, and these are some of the questions that we need to do. And here are some more questions on the same topic at for the basic level. Let's now see the solution of these questions. First is that we need to find out which of these numbers is a perfect square. So let's see what is the approach that we're going to take. Are we going to find the square root of all of these numbers before we can say that some of these are not perfect squares? So the first thing that we know is that square numbers, perfect squares, cannot end with the 2 or 8. So now that means that 292, which is ending with 2, and 358, which is ending with 8, cannot be the perfect squares. Now we need to find out of the remaining 784 and 400 whether they are perfect squares or not. So we now find out the square root of the remaining numbers, and we see that 400 is clearly a square of 20 and 784 is the square of 28. So we can say that 784 and 400 are perfect squares in this question. Let's now look at the second question. We need to give all the possible Pythagorean triplets with 8 as one of the three numbers. So we know that Pythagorean triplets are the numbers which follow the rule that a square plus b square is equal to c square. Then a, b, c are the Pythagorean triplet. And we also know that Pythagorean triplet are of the type 2m, m square minus 1 and m square plus 1. So now we have 8 is one of the three numbers in the Pythagorean triplet. So first we take 2m equal to 8. So that gives us m is equal to 4, and we put this value in m square minus 1 and m square plus 1, and we get the two numbers 15 and 17. So we get one triplet as 8, 15 and 17. Now if we take m square minus 1 is equal to 8, because we know that 8 is one of the three. So we take m square minus 1 is equal to 8. That gives us m equal to 3. And now we put this value in the other two, which are 2m and m square plus 1. We get m square plus 1 equal to 10 and 2m is equal to 6. So 3, 6 and 10 is the 6, 8 and 10 is the other triplet. Now if we take m square plus 1 is equal to 8, we don't get any integral value of m. That means we have only two possible Pythagorean triplet with 8 as one of the three numbers. Let's look at the third question. We need to find out the square root of 39.0625. So we do what we normally do. We'll write this number 39.0625 and we'll place bars over them. To the left side of the decimal, we start from the units place and we place a bar on two digits. On the right side of the decimal, we start from the first digit after decimal and we place the bar like this. And now we know that 39 is just more than the square of 6, which is 36. So we write down a 6 over here and a 6 in the quotient area. Let's write down the quotient over here. So we get 6 into 6, 36. We subtract from this and we get 3 after subtracting 36 from 39. Now we get 06 down here, and now since we are getting the portion after the decimal, so we'll place a decimal in the quotient area. Now we bring down twice of this here and we place a dash on in the quotient area. So now what is the number that we can multiply it with? So we see that if we make it 123 multiplied by 3, it becomes more than 306. So we write a 2 over here, and 122 multiplied by 2 is 244, and on subtracting we get 62. Now we get this 25 also here, and now we again bring the double of what we have in the quotient over here, which becomes 124. And now we see that if we multiply this 1245 with 5, what do we get? 5 5s are 25, carry 2. 5 4s are 20 into 22, carry 2. 5 2s are 10 into 12, carry 1, 6. And we get no remainder. So this is the square root of 39.0625. Let's now look at the fourth question. We need to find the number whose square is the difference of the squares of 7.25 and 5. So we need to find out square of 7.25 minus 5 square and then the square root of whole of this. So we need to basically find out the square root of this, which is written as SQRT of this whole thing. So now we can say that the square root is x square. So we say x square. Square root is basically x. So we square both the sides and we say x square is equal to 7.25 whole square minus 5 square. And now we use the identity a square minus b square is equal to a minus b into a plus b. So we write it as 7.25 minus 5 into 7.25 plus 5, which gives us 2.25 multiplied by 12.25. So that is 27.5625. This is x square. Now we need to find out the square root of this. So we do that as we did in the previous question, and we get x is equal to 5.25. So now we look at the question fifth, which says that if square root of x minus 1 into y plus 2 is equal to 7, then we need to find the values of x and y such that they are positive. So now first of all we'll square this equation. So we get x minus 1 into y plus 2 is equal to 49. Now we know that 49 can be factorized as either 7 cross 7, 7 multiplied by 7, or 1 multiplied by 49. These are the only two possible factorization. Now we'll take 7 by 7 first, and we say that x minus 1 is equal to 7 and y plus 2 is equal to 7. That gives us x is equal to 8 and y is equal to 5. Now we take the second option, which states that the factors are 1 cross 49. So we take x minus 1 is equal to 1 and y plus 2 is equal to 49, and we get x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 47. Now the important thing to note here is y plus 2 cannot be taken as 1 because we know that both x and y are positive, because y plus 2 equal to 1 means y would be minus 1. So we rule out the third option. So these are the two possible values of x and y. First is when x is equal to 8, y is equal to 5, and second is when x is equal to 2, y is equal to 47. Let's now look at the last question of the basic level quiz. We need to find the square root of 0.81 plus 2 into 0.63 plus 0.49. So now we can write the given expression as 0.81 we know is the square of 0.9 and 0.49 is the square of 0.7 and 0.63 is a product of 0.7 multiplied by 0.9. So if we can write this equation in the form 0.9 square plus 2 into 0.9 into 0.7 plus 0.7 square, then we get this as an identity a square plus 2ab plus b square, which is equal to a plus b whole square. So we get 0.9 plus 0.7 whole square. Now that becomes 1.6 whole square, and we need to find the square root of this, which will be 1.6. So that is the answer for this question. Friends, I hope you enjoyed the session. If you find it useful, please like it and share it with your friends. You can visit us at our Cool Smart Learning website and post your queries there. And please subscribe to the Cool Smart Learning channel for getting updates on the new sessions. Thank you.